back to our live show and our hangout up here in the sky, the anchor booth. Now, my partner up here tonight really knows the scenes, behind the scenes in this pageant. She won it in 1985 and is here for the third time as special commentator. She is also the reigning Miss Hawaii USA. Meet Miss Kelly Hu. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, how are you?
Well, I know I'm excited because the girls are.
Yes.
This pageant for you launched your acting career. What you're doing, TV, movies?
Yes, in fact, I have a movie coming out on August 20th. It's called Surf Ninjas, and it's with Ernie Reyes Jr., who happens to be one of our judges tonight.
Did you give him any judging tips?
I don't think he needed any. I think he's doing quite well.
Okay, now what? You've spent a couple of weeks with the group and want to know what's your impression of the girls?
You know, this is a very bright group. Their average GPA is a 3.5, and more than half of them are honor students. And Miss Delaware even has a perfect 1600 on her SAT.
Oh my goodness, so we're talking brain power and beauty.
Right.
So who are the standouts?
You know, I really liked Miss California. I thought she was adorable on stage, but Miss Pennsylvania really blew us away. And Miss Hawaii is absolutely gorgeous, and of course she's from my home state.
Absolutely.
And I really am rooting for Miss Vermont. This girl is absolutely amazing, and she's got a great story to tell. I hope she makes it up there.
I know. By the way, the girls can't hear us dishing them up here because, you know, we don't want to make anyone nervous.
And the judges can't hear us either, so we won't influence any scoring.
All right, now speaking of scoring, let's check out the top scores in the preliminary competitions, which took place this past week. And I want to remind you, there are no 10s here. Well, except me. No, just kidding. All right, the highest score a contestant can get is a 9.999. Oh boy, okay, topping the swimsuit competition, Miss Pennsylvania, followed by Miss Vermont there. Okay, Miss Vermont is tops in the interview competition with a 9.38. And notice Miss Pennsylvania, once again, she is here topping the evening gowns competition. Oh, check this out, Miss Ohio in all 3 categories. Gotta watch out for her. Okay, now that is just a hint. It may not necessarily tell us who the winner will be, though.
Right, because sometimes a girl will barely squeak into the semifinals and then she'll come out strong and win it. In fact, I was only in 4th place at this point in the pageant.
Oh, I see. Strategy. You pretend you're going to lose and then, bam, you come up and you win it, huh?
Strategy. I think luck was more like it, thanks.
Okay, let's see who the 12 semifinalists are tonight and see if you can predict which one of them will be the new Miss Teen USA.
This is the moment when we reveal the 12 semifinalists whom the judges have chosen to continue in tonight's competition. Let me pick up the results. I thank you, sir, very much. Now, as each semifinalist comes forward, you'll see her composite score on the screen. And ladies, if you're ready, I will read these names in random order. The semifinalists are Miss New York, Sarah Ray Gore.
Now, she's the one who used to play pageant as a little girl.
That's right. Sarah told me she always won the pajama and stuffed animal competition.
Miss Georgia, Danessa Reed.
Would you believe Danisha has been in 5 pageants in the past year?
And maintained a perfect 4.0 grade average?
Unbelievable.
Miss South Carolina, Lauren Papel.
Lauren is so much fun. She's got a great smile.
And guess what? Her mother was voted Miss Flame when she was a girl.
Miss Indiana, Kelly Lloyd.
The other night at preliminaries, Kelly won the Most Beautiful Eyes Award.
And on top of that, she's been in 50 pageants. She is ready.
Miss Ohio, Melissa Yust.
Okay, Melissa was the one to place in top 5 in all 3 preliminary events.
Yeah, she's definitely one of the front runners.
Miss Oregon, Jill Chartier.
In the past 2 weeks down here, Jill's been the pageant clown.
That's right, she's always kidding around, so we can expect some laughs from her tonight.
All right, we're at the halfway mark. Next is Miss Tennessee, Jamie Dudney.
And, of course, Jamie is country singer Barbara Mandrell's daughter.
That's right, so she grew up around show business.
That's right, and she's very comfortable
Miss
on
Connecticut,
stage.
Cynthia Schneck.
Now, Connecticut has never made the semifinals before, but Cynthia did well in the interview, so she could finish pretty strong.
And she's been in 10 pageants, so that
Miss
should give her
Hawaii,
confidence.
Juliana Koulakakui.
Juliana won the Miss Congeniality Award.
Yeah, she just might follow in your footsteps, Miss Kelly.
There are 3 to go. Miss Vermont, Charlotte Lopez.
Oh, Kelly, your favorite made it.
And look at the numbers. Charlotte has the highest preliminary score so far.
Miss Maine, Jill Erin Mellon.
Now, Jill's modeling school encouraged her to enter this pageant.
And Arthel, this is the first time Maine has made it to the semifinals.
There's one more. Miss Pennsylvania, Ursula Abbott.
Look at that score. She has tied Miss Vermont for the first place in the preliminaries.
I think we have a real competition on our hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 12 semifinalists for the title of Miss Teen USA 1993.
Goodness, they look excited, happy, scared, everything, all at the same time.
Well, they are, because they're about to compete in swimsuit, evening gown, and interview all over again, and this time only in the top 12, so it's going to be a lot tougher now.
Oh boy, right, and all of those scores you saw from the preliminaries are erased, and the semifinalists begin again all even. And now the swimsuit competition is up first, and you know, I saw the girls in the preliminary Saturday night, and not to mention that I realized I need to go to the gym. They are all in great shape.
They are. These are girls who are really into fitness. Their average workout is about 11.5 hours a week.
You know, but it's representative of teens across the country because they love to work out. They're really health conscious these days. But I have to ask you, who is the fittest of the fit?
You know, Miss Indiana Kelly Lloyd, she is a track star and a medalist in the 100-meter hurdles. And Miss Tennessee Jamie Dudney, she plays polo. And get this, she has the same coach as Prince Charles.
But of course, and she works out with a football team on top of that.
Right.
And you know, we know that Miss Pennsylvania, Ursula, who won the preliminary swimsuit competition, is fabulous.
Oh, she looks great. And she told me that in her state pageant, it was huge. There were 167 contestants. And watch out for Miss New York. She is a cutie. She is a 5'3" girl, but she is absolutely adorable. And she stays in shape by being on a strict diet. Her sister sent her a fat-free care package while she was up here.
Fat-free, honey, I'm gonna get her some pralines. Well, don't go away. You will see all of these fine young ladies in the Catalina swimsuit competition.
Welcome back to our live show from Mississippi Beach, and it's time now to meet our distinguished panel of judges. And as I introduce them, audience, if you would please hold your applause until the end. Delighting television audiences with her work on such series as Knots Landing, L.A. Law, and All My Children, she's Emmy Award-winning actress Kathleen Noon. A native of Mississippi, he now handles some of the entertainment world's biggest stars. He's Hollywood producer and star maker Larry Thompson. MTV personality and host of the new series Alternative Nation. She's one of television's most outspoken new talents. She's Kennedy. Star of the soon-to-be-released film Surf Ninjas, on which he was associate producer. He is actor, producer, and martial artist, Ernie Reyes Jr. She spent the last 8 years seeking out the cover girls of tomorrow. Director of model development for the Ford Agency. She's Ann Gorison. 8th-round draft pick of the New York Rangers. In 1991, he went undefeated in his first 15 professional starts. He's hockey goaltender Corey Hirsch. Former star of General Hospital, she's currently featured with Shannon Doherty and Judd Nelson in the feature film Blindfold. She's Shell Danielson. Supervising the casting of such popular hits as Beverly Hills 90210 and Melrose Place, he is Fox Network Vice President for Talent, Bob Harbin. As Vice President of Program Development, her credits include Star Search, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, and her upcoming series, Home Videos of the Stars. She is Noreen Donovan. He got his start on daytime drama, just got back from starring with Dolph Lundgren in the upcoming feature Pentathlon. Please welcome Biloxi's own Gerald Hopkins. Ladies and gentlemen, our judges.
The judges will use a scoring system similar to the Olympics. As each contestant competes, each judge enters a score ranging from 1.0 to a high of 9.99 into the computer terminal. You'll see the judges' names and scores on your screen. Then the highest and lowest scores are eliminated, and the rest are averaged like this. Finally, each contestant's average scores in the swimsuit, interview, and evening gown competitions are added, and the top 6 composite scores will determine the 6 finalists. Well, it looks like the competition's about to begin, so why don't you at home keep your own scores and see how your choices compare with our judges.
Thanks, Kelly. You know, beautiful Mississippi Beach and the Gulf of Mexico are just a few steps from the front doors of this theater, so we decided to bring some of that summer door and fun indoors from the outdoors, and our contestants are ready to set the mood for the swimsuit competition. are full of vim and vigor. Now we're ready to begin the Catalina swimsuit competition with our 12 semifinalists. The ladies will also be wearing Federico Leone espadrilles as they compete. We've asked them to tell us a little bit more about themselves, and we begin with Miss New York.
Okay, when I was a little girl, I was really shy. And then I went through this crazy stage at home. My sisters used to make me do all these crazy things. They used to make me jump off roofs. They used to put me on their feet and launch me into the walls. And amazingly, I'm still alive today.
Miss Georgia.
I found a quite unique way of staying in shape. I work as a volunteer at the Dog River Animal Sanctuary, and my job is to chase the animals around after they get out of their cages. So when I get home, I'm exhausted. I'm ready just to kick my feet up and relax.
Miss South Carolina.
If I've learned anything in life, it would be to be yourself, work hard, and never let your fears destroy your hopes.
Miss Indiana.
I've always been very good at science, and I have a great love for children. So I decided I would combine science and my love for children together and develop a career in pediatrics. It's a lot of schooling, but I'm really determined.
Miss Ohio.
My house is known as the Animal House. We have a dog, a rabbit, and a skunk, and also ducks. Every year we would get a few ducks, and they'd fly away to go down south, and when they would come back, they would bring their family and friends. So now we have 42 ducks living in our back pond.
Miss Oregon.
Okay, when I was a little girl, I used to write different songs and perform different skits and just entertain my family at different reunions and functions. And I've always had the nature that I love to entertain people, and I feel like if I can make someone smile, then I'm doing a great job, and that really makes me happy.
Miss Tennessee.
I grew up loving animals. They're just like my babies. And I have 4 cats, a dog, an iguana, 2 doves, a horse, tropical fish, and this attack bird. And every time somebody comes into my house, he screeches at the top of his lungs, and it scares the people half to death. So that's why we call him our attack bird.
Miss Connecticut.
I most admire Arnold Schwarzenegger, not because he's a star, but for what he's done on the President's Council for Physical Fitness. He's gone around the world teaching children the importance of having a drug-free, alcohol-free, healthy body and mind, and that's the way I try to lead my life.
Miss Hawaii.
This fall, I'll be going to college in California. It'll be my first time away from home and first time living on the mainland, but at the same time, Hawaii will always be my home. It's a very special place to me. It's where I grew up, and I'll always love it.
Miss Vermont.
I have a blast when I work out. Whether I'm working hard in the gym or biking or rollerblading outside, I'm always doing it with a bunch of my friends. It's always fun, and afterwards we always reward ourselves with an ice cream from Tasty Freeze.
Miss Maine.
I'm more of the type of person that likes to enjoy the time on my own and be real relaxed, opposed to living in a city where it's very congested and noisy. I say I'd rather live not on a deserted island, but maybe someplace far off so I can enjoy the time by myself and be real laid back.
Miss Pennsylvania.
I've kept a diary since 7th grade, and I usually fill it with poems and things like that. And back then I'd write about flowers and butterflies and rainbows and silly things that didn't mean anything to anybody, but they were important to me, and I'd just die if anyone ever saw those things.
That was sensational, ladies. That completes the swimsuit competition for Miss Teen USA 1993.
Oh, yeah, it's official. Got to go to the gym. All right, let's see how the judges scored this competition. Oh, look at this. Miss Pennsylvania tops this 12 semifinalist competition. Remember, she won in the preliminaries, followed by Miss Indiana, and Vermont tops there, too. Now, there she is again, Miss Ohio down there. Looking good, looking really good. Miss Tennessee, a little surprised there, but there's more time for her to come back. And by the way, Catalina will award the winner, Miss Pennsylvania.